The Scrap Store is a charity, and at the moment we've got a lot of children in making things that represent the wonderful world that we live in, but they're making them out of things that would otherwise end up in landfill, that they would be thrown away, disposed of, and not recycled or reused. So the principle of Scrap Store is that we take things that would otherwise be rubbish and have no value, and give them value because they become craft resources for children and adults and all sorts of different groups to use. We started as a charity that essentially runs on social enterprise principles, so it was always about people and planet, but for me with a missional DNA, so it was about enabling us to engage in the community as well, and taking the principles of caring for people but also caring for the planet, and building up a resource of things that would engage with the community that we live in. We only have to look around ourselves, don't we, to see the amount of damage that's being done by not taking steps to look after it. And you know, if you look at the Bible, it does tell us that we have a responsibility for the world that God created, and it's beautiful and it's being destroyed. So they did add the fifth mark of mission in after the other four, and sometimes I think it gets forgotten, but the fifth mark of mission is about a responsibility to creation. We should be standing up and saying, this is the world that God created, we should love it because God loved it and he loves us, and if we don't take care of it, then we're not really doing our duty as human beings to care for the world that we live in. Because of the facts and the figures, I mean, you see some of the television programs about the amount of plastic that there is in our oceans. You see television programs about the way that our ice floes are defrosting in the Antarctic and the Arctic, and the damage that that is doing to the whole of the environment, the increasing level of flooding that there is because of that, and all sorts of things. And I think, yes, there is an increasing level of urgency. At the moment, the big thing is plastics. I have a warehouse full of plastics that are being reused and repurposed, and a lot of children and young people who are kind of really engaging with taking something that has no worth and giving it value, and it's being recycled and not thrown away. But there's so much more that we can be doing as well.